Hey crypto traders, checking in on the markets. We've got the Bitcoin bulls a little bit choppy the past couple of days, but overall bulls coming out on top, which means the altcoin bulls continue to thrive in this market environment as we see pumps a couple coins at a time as profits rotate around. The stock market is hitting all-time highs today. Everything's bullish. We'll keep an eye out on red flags and which coins could be next. So I mentioned in the last video that we've got a promo going on for 50% off for our Trader Pro alert system. The code is FAST-50. 40 new pairings of coins, better, faster back end. Even when there's volume, those alerts will come in on time. And in addition to that, now we got 5-minute signals. So ETH/USD, first ever 5-minute oversold climax signal, looks to be working. Fired off at about 34.18 or so and marked a nice bottom. So in this very bullish environment, those 5-minute oversold signals are nice for day trade signals. And it's also going to be noteworthy. We can use the opposing side of things. If we see 5-minute oversold conditions and oversold climaxes, which factor in volume and time frames and RSI levels, if we see them working for a while and then they stop being as successful, that tells us there's a shifting market environment. So that's one way that I'm going to use the alert system as well, not only for bullish entries while we're still very strong, but also keeping an eye out for any red flags if they stop working as well. I will put a link to the website in the comments of this video. So on to the technical analysis. The daily time frame for Bitcoin, again, as I said, a little bit choppy. Bears had a very notable day, and then bulls took right back over. But we are double topping at 59,000 resistance for the time being. So that 59,000 is the key short-term resistance level. As long as it remains, that's the level that we are watching. And we will be looking at anything above 53,000 as a higher low. If we want to zoom in, shorter term, 4-hour chart, anything above 55.3K will be a 4-hour higher low. We would need to lose the 4-hour higher lows to just stay range bound between this $6,000 range. Keep in mind, this daily time frame can get choppy as we tighten up bigger picture. And it is still technically a 3-day equilibrium right now with the all-time high, low of the pullback, lower high, higher low, and now a double top. And that's why the daily chart is appearing a bit choppy. It's just a longer term equilibrium. As far as the weekly is concerned, at the moment, it's a weekly inside bar, but we do still have 2 days to go. Again, we would have to lose the 4-hour uptrend from here to be looking at potentially continuing to trade sideways. And again, altcoin bulls are A-okay with sideways trading as long as the dominance chart continues to show weakness. That being said, people are continuing to keep an eye out for a shift in momentum, but these shifts have lacked follow-through. One thing that I have not seen is a convincing 4-hour trend change to the bulls at any point in weeks. And when that happens, and when we get a bull cross of these EMAs on this 4-hour time frame, which again have not crossed bullish in months, over a month, when that happens, it'll be notable to me. But it's not happening yet. Decent little bounce, but again, tons of proving to be done for any kind of meaningful shift that will have us say, okay, funds are flowing back into Bitcoin and out of altcoins. ETH/USD broke the pattern of a higher low every single day, at least on Coinbase and a few other exchanges. It's a potential daily bull flag because we're not seeing any follow through. That being said, we have a double top at the all-time high. We can say that if the bulls hold 33.61, they keep complete control. If they lose that level, further daily consolidation is coming. If that level breaks, we'll be watching for first hourly oversold conditions, which have not been hit in a very long time. So bulls are still fine. There's definitely a little double top to be aware of, and 33.61 key short-term support to try and keep these bulls strong. It is a bit of a rising wedge back test. I was watching this hourly rising wedge that had a bear break without a ton of follow-through. But look where we rejected. That resistance line is still in play. And it was that rising wedge. I had a different anchor point. So rising wedge broke bear. Here's a recovery, but we are still rejecting from this resistance line. So the support line doesn't matter to me anymore, but that resistance line absolutely does. It is in play, and it is worth keeping an eye on as long as it remains resistance. We have pretty much 5 rejections at this point, which is notable. ETH BTC, 4-hour time frame. We're still correlated with the US dollar pairing. It'll be notable to us. Again, we got a double top here as well. Just want to be a bit cautious as an ETH bull if you are looking to lock in gains in the short term, or if you are looking to hedge any long-term positions. Looking bearish on double tops and top fishing that resistance is a low risk way to try and protect bullish positions that you don't want to sell right now. So we did see a 4-hour higher low. A bull move made its way back towards resistance, but then faded a bit. So again, there's just these little red flags. And again, in this very bullish market environment, these little red flags time and time again have been tossed aside, which is the way it goes. And then once the top is in, we look back and say, oh, well, there were the red flags. And in hindsight, that's easy. But obviously, because red flags have been disregarded for weeks at this point, that's what makes it so difficult to find the top. But double top on the BTC pairing, double top on the USD pairing means be a little bit cautious and establish game plans based around that information. LTC USD, all-time high on some exchanges. So nice push up over the past few days. The weekly BTC pairing is what gave the clue, and the bull break and follow through is what gave the gains. So watching the 4-hour uptrend on LTC USD, it is still intact at this point, and it's not a smooth ride up. You know, we see 10% pullbacks along the way. Here's a 10% drop into a 15% bull move. But here's another one where we just break resistance without really any follow through. It's a double top by 18 cents, and then we rolled over. Keep an eye on these double tops. They are some short-term signals here. 321.84, key support level. If that were to be lost, daily consolidation would be underway. Aggressive bears are watching for a 4-hour lower high next time we bounce to try and top fish against resistance. And again, watching the LTC BTC pairing, are we still correlated? You could say yes, but the BTC pairing looks like it would break 57.76 support before the US dollar pairing would break 321.84. Keeping an eye out, that would definitely be a red flag in the short term. And again, watch for a 4-hour lower high if we hold that support level, and that would be a potential head and shoulders setup. I always wonder why TradingView will just randomly change things. I have never chosen to have this color line in my entire life using this system for years. XTZ, USD. So we have a bit of a little climax stop. We highlighted this in the video 2 days ago. Why? Because the weekly chart gave the same bull signal as some other weekly charts. Inside bar bull break at that point in time. We had not broken this double top of resistance, and that was what the bulls needed because of the lack of resistance immediately after. And we got that bull break. We got some solid follow through. We ended up going a nice 30% higher, but a little temporary blow off top. We've got a clear hourly downtrend. We're watching for first hourly oversold conditions, and we're watching the 4-hour, which is technically still in an uptrend. Anything above 645 is a 4-hour higher low. But again, the size of the pullback here, aggressive bears are going to scout a 4-hour lower high and top fish the all-time high to potentially make a bearish entry on. And I would not suggest going aggressively bearish here in this market environment. I would definitely suggest hedging if you have positions that you are not going to be taking profit on in this market environment. But until we get a little bit more bearish signals from Bitcoin, we don't want to be aggressively looking short just yet. But on a play like this, pretty darn confident that we're looking for a 4-hour lower high next time we bounce. XTZ BTC, 4-hour time frame, same. Looking for the higher low, but then we're going to scout for the 4-hour lower high to be a result of the next bounce. Link USD, congrats bulls, new all-time high. Nice follow through. What was the weekly chart? Inside bar, bull break and go. So looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, just had some long, drawn-out, very healthy consolidation, and it was a little equilibrium. We started today. It's one of the posts I made in the chat room. Link USD hourly equilibrium on watch. Bull break. Took out the first level of resistance at 48. Rejected from the second level, 48.85. But look at where the volume comes in. Take out that level and take out all the other levels. And now we're looking for an hourly high or low. Bouncing right off hourly EMA 12 support. 5-minute oversold bounce. We'll see how much follow through the 5-minute oversold bounce gets. The hourly uptrend is our guide. When we lose the hourly high or lows, 45.34 is the most important support level in the midterm. BTC pairing. Doing something very similar. Trying to set the hourly high or low. And we'll see how much bounce follow through. We need to confirm 5-minute trend changes for these 5-minute oversold bounces to see some nice follow through. Binance. So Binance is looking a little bit toppy to me. It's interesting because if you show me this chart, I say bulls are just fine. This is very healthy consolidation. But it's when we're looking back at how we have gotten to this point, it makes me a little bit more cautious. Okay, bulls running out of momentum a bit. I've been watching a Binance 12-hour BTC pairing, rising wedge, and it did break bearish because, again, it was just bulls getting follow through, less and less follow through every time we saw a new high. And we're breaking bearish from this rising wedge. And you can see the BTC pairing is currently at the low of consolidation and the low of the last few days. Watch this daily EMA 12. The BTC pairing has been holding this level for the last 6 weeks. It will be notable if it is lost. Daily high or low support is 10.55. That's approaching. And as far as the USDT pairing, I'm sure we could draw something very similar on the 12-hour time frame. Not as clear a rising wedge. But again, the daily EMA 12. No, it's not the daily that's standing out. I like the 12-hour time frame. 12 hours in equilibrium. High, low, lower, high, higher, low here. And if we roll over and break 611 and 604, weekly consolidation will very likely be underway. And we have not seen weekly consolidation in the last 6 weeks, and we have gone over 100% since then. So again, the BTC pairing by that rising wedge is giving us some initial red flags, and we can say that if Bitcoin were to see any pullback from here, let's say Bitcoin rejects from 59,000 more convincingly and then drops back down, let's say we lose the hourly uptrend into tonight and into tomorrow, drop back down into 56s, that's a setup where we could see Binance with a little 5% plus drop and shape up the potential for weekly consolidation. All about 604. Key level as things tighten up on the 12-hour time frame. Dogecoin, daily bull flag. SNL is tomorrow. 4-hour trend just changed bullish. Not much follow through at this point, but it was an equilibrium. Nice bounce off support. Double bottom down here. Lower high, higher low, bull break. And watching that all-time high as we head into SNL tomorrow. So if it's a bull flag that confirms, we'll be watching for how much follow-through do we get. Maybe a bull flag with no follow-through is a bearish signal. Again, we're having a bear lean into tomorrow because this is your classic sell the news event setup. If there's jokes about Dogecoin, sell the news. If Elon Musk gets serious in a monologue and discloses his holdings, that's unknown information to the market that could lead to a notable bullish reaction. So if it's notable, unknown information, bullish reaction is possible. But in the absence of that, we look for a sell the news reaction. So that's what we're watching for. There's a couple of chart guys, buddies in town. And I'll probably go over there tomorrow night and trade some Dogecoin with them. And maybe watch some SNL. Sounds like a good time. So bull flag on the BTC pairing daily chart as well. 4-hour time frame did not break resistance. So there's a clue. Why are we not following through on the US dollar pairing bull break? Because the BTC pairing has not broken bull. It is still a 4-hour equilibrium at this point. If you have Dogecoin, you can hedge. You don't have to sell your position if you don't want to, but you can protect it. by looking to enter a short in case it is a sell the news event. Because even if it is a sell the news event, we're going to zoom out and look for a daily high or low. It's going to get interesting with volatility, that is for sure. All right, that's where we stand. Bitcoin short-term hourly uptrend, keeping an eye on the coins that have remained strong and in the spotlight with their BTC pairings, watching for signs of weakness on coins that are showing us some red flags like Binance. And again, ETH just barely showing us some initial red flags. Not significant yet, but we're keeping an eye on it, knowing how much we have run with no weekly consolidation in the past 6 weeks. Never a dull moment these days. And one thing to keep in mind is the opportunity in this cryptocurrency space isn't going away anytime soon. Even if we top tomorrow, we're going to pull back. There's going to be oversold bounces. There's going to be significant volatility. We're going to have first 4-hour oversold conditions, first daily oversold conditions at some point, and there's going to be big time opportunity in bull directions pretty much the rest of the year guaranteed. And that is a good thing for traders. Check out the TraderPro.com alert system. Have a good rest of your day. Do a good thing or two, and we'll check back in soon.